Dear students, you are warmly welcome to Asset Kupwara, this 8th biology class, and we are here with a new topic, with a new chapter, crop production and management. First, I will remind you about your syllabus in the biology. How many chapters are there in 8th biology? There are 7 chapters in total, and how much we have completed. First one is microorganisms, friends and foe, that we have completed. Then it is conservation of plants and animals, this also is completed. Cell structure and function, this is also completed. Reproduction in animals is also completed. Reaching the age of adolescence, completed. We have completed almost 90% of our syllabus, and now we are left with only 2 chapters, 2 topics. One is pollution of air and water, and the second one is crop production and management, which we will take up today. Now, coming to our topic, crop production and management. First, you will remember that what crops are actually. Crop is when we grow plants on large scale, that's called as crop. What does this mean, large growing of plants on large scale? What does it mean actually? For example, here is a field. This is a patch of land. We have grown here crops of same type, crops of same type on a large scale, and here we have grown some crops, but not crops, but some plants on small scale. Small scale means few plants are there and they are of different types. Large scale means a large number of plants are there and they are of the same type. When we grow large number of plants and of the same type, that's called as crop. This is crop, and this is not called as crop. When we grow few plants, means small scale, on small scale and of different types, that's not called as crop. What's the need of this crop production? Crop production is needed on large levels, on country level, when we have to feed a country like India. Here we are concerned with India. And so India is densely populated, highly populated country, so it's not possible to produce crops on small scale and feed such a large vast country. So we need crop production on large scales. Now you will remember here, crop means growing plants on large scale. Plants should be of same kind, then we can call it as crop. How crops are produced, what strategies are taken to produce crops, and how they are managed, we will all discuss this. We will discuss this all in this chapter. Crops are of 2 types, main types. Kharif crops are there and there are Rabi crops. Now, what are Kharif crops and what are Rabi crops? You all know that there are different seasons in a year, and we grow crops on the basis of seasons. If we grow a crop of summer season in the winter, that will totally not grow, because every crop needs a season. It needs different climatic conditions. Now we'll see here, Kharif crops these are those crops which are sown in rainy season. The seeds of Kharif crops are sown in rainy season. It starts from June to September. This we are talking about India, and in India the rainy season starts from June to September, and the seeds of all these plants are sown in this season. Paddy is the example of Kharif crop, maize is the example of Kharif crop, soybean is the example of Kharif crop, groundnuts and cotton, etc. Now we'll come to Rabi crops. Rabi crops are grown in winter season. Its season starts from October to March, and these Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea and mustard and linseed. Gram includes peas, it includes these beans, etc. pulses. Now we will see how these crops are grown in, why these crops are grown in different seasons, because different seasons have different temperatures, different climates. First, you will remember climatic conditions, what climatic conditions are, what climatic factors are: soil type, temperature, humidity, rainfall. This is different for different crops. Some crops need some type of soil and other crops need other type of soil, because every soil contains its nutrients. For example, there is magnesium, there is manganese, there is chlorine, there is phosphorus, there is potassium. They are different in different concentrations in different soils. Some crops need them in large quantity, these minerals, some need in small quantity. So there should be a proper soil type for growing these plants. Now the second point is the temperature. Temperature, some crops need high temperatures, some crops need low temperatures. So temperature is also a factor which affects the crop growth and production. Means that we need the seasonal variation. These kharif crops should be only grown in summer and rabi crops in winter. We should not try to rearrange these crop production. Our cultivation will not be good, not totally not good, and these factors should be kept in mind. For example, humidity means the water vapor content in the air, that's called as humidity, and humidity also affects the crop production. Whether the humidity is low or high, that depends on the temperature. When temperature is high, generally humidity is high, and when temperature is low, this humidity is low. And now rainfall is also the main factor. Some crops need more rain, some crops need less rain, and it is also the factor which affects this plant growth, crop growth. Now there are some steps which we will discuss in the next lecture, but here you will remember them one by one, and you will open your book and try to read them in detail, what your book has written there about these steps, because they are very general steps. We are all aware about them. When a farmer intends to grow a crop, what he does, these are the steps what he needs to do. First, he prepares the soil, he prepares a land for cultivation of plants. How he prepares, we will see that in detail. Then the next step becomes the sowing of seeds. The type of crop he intends to grow, he will sow the seeds of that crop in the soil. First he will prepare the soil. This was the first step. This is the second step, growing up. Adding manures and fertilizers. Why we will add manures and fertilizers? To increase the fertility of the soil, to make the soil fertile. And next we will fourth step will be, this was the third step, and fourth step will be the irrigation, water supply to the field. Water supply should be good for good production of crops, and it depends on what type of crop we are growing. Protecting from weeds, we will apply in the fifth step, we will apply weedicides and pesticides to protect our crop yield, to protect our crops from damage. And last will be harvesting. Harvesting means when our crops are fully grown and they are now prepared to be harvested. And then last will be the storage for future use. This was all about the introduction of crop production and management. We will take these steps one by one, and you need to look for them in your book in detail. Then I will take it in the next lecture. Have a great time.